Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys back in today's video with another Star Wars The Black Series action figure review, and today we are looking at Padme Amidala from the Phantom Menace. Yes, more Star Wars The Black Series Phantom Menace figures. Oh, I cannot wait to open this up. Here's a look at that side art with the young Natalie Portman. Padme Amidala was a courageous, hopeful leader serving as Queen and then Senator of Naboo, and was also handy with a blaster. Alright, without further ado, let's open this up. And here is Padme Amidala out of the package. And yeah, let's just go straight into the sculpt and paint apps. Really the only weathering effect going on for this figure are on those shoes. And I don't know if I like it per se, because look, it looks great from the front, this looks amazing. But when you start going up and around, that paint apps just abruptly stop. Yeah, not a big fan of that. I do appreciate it being on the front at least. But honestly, this is a figure where if it wasn't there, I wouldn't mind at all. Yeah, continuing up, and you get more of that good sculpting that Hasbro is known for when it comes to the Black Series. Very nice, and it looks, the texture of it is perfect. Looks like actual cloth. And continuing up, well, let's look at this little skirt piece first. And yeah, you can see even here the sculpting looks truly remarkable. And down here as well, yeah, just beautiful sculpting right there. I love all those individual lines going zigzag. Very cool. And continuing up, and that belt, while not the greatest feat in sculpting history, it is really nice to look at. It has a very cool intricate design on it. Yeah, really nice. And that sculpting with the gold part continues up all the way onto the chest and around the shoulder, going down the back. Yeah, lots of great detail there. And I love the gold that they chose too. Very vibrant. And now onto the sleeves. Yeah, and these are a little bit more waxier than the chest and the pelvis, and even down here it feels like a bit too waxy. Might have to hit it with some matte, but it's kind of hard to tell if there's any shading going on right here. It kind of looks like it, but I think that's just the sculpt itself casting shadows in my lighting system. Yeah, going down to the hands, and man, these look pretty good actually. Look very human-like as opposed to being toy-like. Going underneath, there are no paint apps underneath the robe right here, but for her wrist piece there is, the piece connecting the robe to this hand. Yeah, it is pink. Looks very nice, and it's there on both sides as well. Good sculpting all around too. Are you an angel? No, it's Senator Padme Amidala. Well, Queen Padme Amidala at this point. Yeah, sorry guys. The head sculpt looks good. Yeah, ignore my hesitation there. It looks fine. I'm not gonna say it's spot on to the actress. It's not like they shrunk her down into a 6-inch action figure, put her in a jar. I forget that last part. Yeah, it's not like they just got her likeness perfect, but it is passable. I can tell who this is. Let's get a second opinion. Let's bring in the other Padme from Attack of the Clones. This one, oh man, this camera's not doing this figure any justice. In person, it looks a lot like Natalie Portman, but in this camera, it's who is this person? The same thing with this. In person, I definitely could see a resemblance there. The likeness is very strong. It's just the camera doesn't really want to pick up on that. But yeah, it is a very fine likeness. I love the hair, how it sort of fades in, makes it look more realistic right there. And the back right here, the hair bun back here, it looks very good as well. Would have kind of a little tiny bit of shading all throughout the hair, but it's fine. I like the sculpt. Now for accessories, well, first up, she comes with this hand. It's a wider gripping hand, which is meant to hold this much bigger blaster right here. And I forget when she used this in the movie. I'm gonna have to watch Phantom Menace again. But yeah, I love the sculpt of this gun. I don't know if we've gotten it with any other figures before, but it looks wonderful. I love the scope right here and how it's painted black at the end. Makes it look a lot more realistic and true to the source. Yeah, just very good. And I love that gunmetal right there. Not like chrome shiny, but it is shiny. And then she comes with this alternate hand, a smaller gripping hand. And it's like, well, I can't remember the last time a Black Series figure came with an alternate hand. It's been so long. Let me try and think if I can remember. I know there was like a Poe Dameron like X-wing suit figure that came with some alternate hands. That Luke Skywalker with Yoda. I want to say like an Obi-Wan sometime, but yeah, you can like it's been very far and few between when it comes to alternate hands. It's something that the Black Series should definitely do more often. But yeah, here is a more closed gun gripping hand. And she comes with this, a more iconic Naboo inspired blaster. This is one that I remember her having in the movie. And yeah, it looks kind of like a screwdriver, or sorry, a drill. Yeah, it looks weird. But man, yeah, I kind of like this one a tiny bit more just because it's, like a Naboo blaster. She's from Naboo. Very, it's matching. Whereas this is like a gun I'd expect like a bounty hunter to have. Or just like, yeah, definitely liking this one more. However, this is a very welcomed inclusion. But going over articulation, the head is able to move up this much, go down a really good amount. She has some side-to-side pivot right there, some side-to-side movement, and it also moves at the base of the neck. Her arm is able to move up this much and go all the way around. She has elbow rotation, and her elbow is able to bend in at slightly more than a 90-degree angle. And it also has rotation right there. I don't know if I already said that, but yeah, there you go. She has a standard wrist hinge going up, down, and then all the way around. She's able to bend this far back, this far forward. She has some pivot right there at the bottom of the diaphragm and is able to rotate side to side. Her leg is able to kick out this much, go out to the side that much, and go back just a tiny bit. She does have a tiny bit of rotation at the upper thigh too. She also has a single jointed knee moving in this much, and that also has some rotation. And finally, her foot is able to move this far down, a tiny bit up, and she also has. All right, onto the size comparisons. Here is Padme next to Jar Jar Binks and Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul and a B-1 battle droid. Really? That's it for Phantom Menace? No, okay. Here she is next to herself from Attack of the Clones. Same height. Weird. R2-D2 and C-3PO, Morbius and Commander Gary, and finally the Marvel Legends Spider-Hams. Alright, time for my final rating, my overall thoughts. I think I'm going to give this figure a final rating of 8 out of 10. I was tempted to give it a 7.5 out of 10. However, I think the sculpt here is truly top notch, and the accessories are welcomed. I love that alternate hand and both blasters that she comes with. It is very cool, seeing as like Black Series usually never really give us that much variety in terms of accessories. Here is different. We got 2 different blasters, 2 different hands. The likeness, while not like perfect, it's close. It's in the same ballpark. And yeah, the sculpt for the rest of the figure is truly exquisite, and the articulation, while not really truly like something to write home about, is still good on its own. And yeah, I maybe it's my bias. I just really wish we had some more Phantom Menace figures in the collection. Hopefully we get some more soon. But yeah, this figure, 8 out of 10. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do that'll support the channel will be greatly appreciated. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.